Hi, this is Kevin Martin again from Piece of the Past, and this time we're talking about your investment in your autographs. Now, you should be collecting because you're a collector, because you enjoy holding that history in your hand or that item signed by your favorite celebrity. That's what you should be doing. But we do know that at the end of the day, you have to think of the future, what you might do with your collection. We're all just custodians of things as we pass through this earth. So they are going to go on to someone else at some point. So you're thinking about the investment potential. Well, there's a few things you could look at. First of all, the content. Don't buy something that's a normal content if you can afford to buy something with more extraordinary content. Content matters to price. The more one-of-a-kind something really is, people will call us up all the time and say, look, I've got a one-of-a-kind Carrie Fisher signed photo. There is no one-of-a-kind Carrie Fisher signed photo that I've ever seen anyway. So content matters. The rarity matters. There still has to be demand, though, too. You know, when I started this, a long time ago, about 41 years ago now, we've done this. Radio premiums were huge. We sold things from The Shadow, for example, in the thousands of dollars that today sell for maybe a few $100s. Westerns was a huge genre for 20 years for us. Some of the rarer Western people and all. Now, John Wayne, Clint Eastwood, and they've checked the box. Maybe Tombstone, right? A modern classic. Why? Those people have passed away, or they've reached the age where they've stopped collecting, or they're getting rid of their collection. So a good rule of thumb for you to follow on that, if you're trying to get in the wave of the trend, is about a 30-year rule, I call it. And that is when you're a child or when you're growing up, 18, 20 years old, graduating high school, those are the memories you're going to want to collect once you've entered the professional world and you've made more money and can afford to collect them, which is usually 40 to 50 years old or so in your buying, the best time of your earning and buying years. So that means you're going to go back about 20 years. That's why Star Wars, which was so big late 70s, right at 1980, was so big 20 years ago. It's still big today. That's kind of broken the rule because they've put out more content and newer movies. But even that's broken up in factions. Star Trek is kind of starting to wane a little bit. It used to be bigger. Some of the big places like the Star Trek Experience in Las Vegas even closed due to the fact that they weren't doing as well. So what is it now? Now we're hearing Harry Potter. Because again, Harry Potter, hard to believe Harry Potter's 25, 30 years old. But it is. So it's hitting right there in that collecting range. So that's kind of something you could look for too. What was big like right now in the 90s? That's your Breakfast Club and all those kind of movies, Goonies. That's what people are collecting right now the most. And then, of course, we've got the problem with speculators. That's a real bad problem. It killed comic book stores in the 1990s, the greed of it. It killed card companies or trading cards shortly thereafter. Now they say comics and cards after nearly 30 years are starting to get popular again. After COVID they did as an investment. And that's a great thing, but it's happening in autographs too. Those card people, the greed and the speculation has moved over into autographs too. So you got to be watchful and careful of that and buck the trends. Stick with the things, you know, eponyms, Houdini, Henry Ford, the things that are names that are going to go on from generation to generation. Collect in those, and that'll help your investment portfolio too. Till next time, happy collecting, everybody.